Boom, gorilla stomping in a zoo.
Hello, I just reviewed One Piece chapter 922. Now we're on to Hunter x Hunter, chapter 386, page 1, 1004. There's no blood traces, and there's no luminal reaction on you either. I see. The cancelled death. The conclusion I come to is that you didn't shoot the prince. So then, are you saying that wasn't reality? All the blood that splattered out of the prince's head and all over the floor. As he lied there, his mouth and fingers were still twitching, and I could hear the croaking from his throat, but indeed the prince was still alive. So then, what I thought I saw wasn't reality. So then, that was an illusion that the prince was showing me. But in fact, that I had a gun and that I did shoot it. So then, just how far does the truth go? Where does the truth end? Give me a little bit of time. But his face now doesn't have the scar from before. I'm going to think things over. And where did the illusion begin? Good morning. 9th day, Deck 2, Justice and Administration Office. Were you able to get any sleep? Here. How long until I can go back to my bodyguard duty? Who knows? That depends on how much you cooperate. According to his will, the current conclusion we've arrived at is the Hunter Kinnin acted alone to try and help the two princesses escape. But I've also been considered other possibilities. Many of the other princes were so moved by your performance, and they were drawn back to their own rooms. I wonder if any among them might be thinking the same idea that I am. I see. I'm being restrained here in order to protect me from the dangerous princes. First, would you tell me the details of your movements and actions on the day of the incident? Afterwards, I'll have various questions for you. It seems it's true that the Justice Department has made themselves independent from the royalty. What about Prince Kachu and Fujitsu? I'm also having them come here in order to question them as well. Apparently the Hunter Kini forced them into this little escape plan of his. But apart from his will, there's no other evidence that dispels any of the doubts that the two princes actually wanted to escape to happen themselves. But since we haven't found any proof of contrasty, proven that will be difficult. But I have a rather resistant personality, so I'm going to go over all the facts and question you all many times. Thank you. I'm going to use this time. I've got to think of what to do next. His pulse is stable, and there are no irregularities with his brain waves. Going off on just the numerical data, this would likely be a state of sleep. In other words, Sumidori has been possessed by Shikiku's soul, yes, but from a sense perspective, nothing has changed with his body. That what has happened to the conclusion of Shikikaru, the first prince's private soldier. Perhaps it's swapped with him, or perhaps it's flown off somewhere, or perhaps they're residing in the same vessel. Let's test that theory. If I shoot target A with my bow and arrow, someone from among us will have their soul transferred into A and control them. If that happens, then what happens to A or Shikiraru's his soul? Well, his soul. There are 4 possibilities. Death, which means destroyed. Swapped places into Shikamaru's body. Koen, like both of them have it in the same body, Shikamaru's body. Move somewhere else or to something else. Or men random. Shikamaru is possessed by Shiku A. What happens to Shikamaru? So attack Shikamaru. And he actually wrote everything down on the board. As of the current moment, we have no evidence to support or disprove any of these 4 theories. If we take theories 3, for instance, and assume that Shikamaru so remains within this body, then at this point in time, Shikaku's personality and characteristics have pushed Sumo Dori out, and his consciousness is in a dormant state. It would be difficult to test or prove 1 or 4, but as far as proving 2, if any changes occur within his brain waves, then we can prove that someone has entered Shikamaru's body. Let's test that. He's looking at everybody. After speaking with Father, I accepted my fate, and you have steeled my resolve. Immediately after this ability awoke within me. I believe that this is the ability for me to survive and win this secession war with. So please listen carefully to my hypothesis and take it to heart. And he's talking, we don't know what he's talking about right now, so that's still fine. We see the outside of the ship with like flying dolphins type animals, and then he's erasing the board. I see. We can think of it in 12 parts. Of course, there are merely my initiative theories with no solid knowledge of the workings of the mechanics of Nen ability. So, if possible, I would get information from a Nen specialist to back my theory. But for this, I will absolutely require the ability to check for and confirm Nen abilities. Sumodoru, can you do this for me? Yes, I'll be glad to. Thank you. 10:07. I'm back. What is that rumbling aura? It's coming from next door. It's the 9th Prince Hockenberg. Yes, I don't know what ability it is, but it's definitely bad news. Ding dong. Say there, Your Highness. Who's there? It's First Prince Benjamin's private army. I haven't heard anything about this. Ask him what he wants. State your business. Long live Prince Benjamin. And then he shoots himself. What's the matter? There was a gunshot from the corridor. It was probably the First Prince's private soldier. Hey Reese, what happened outside? He just shot himself in the head. The rumbling has stopped. What the hell is going on? Prince Jamin's Shikukaku has committed suicide. Without a doubt, it seems to be, though, someone's ability from 9th Prince's Hockenberg's camp. Hockenberg. It seems he's suddenly become a person of importance. Yes, as the present moment, he may be the most dangerous man now. Summoning Judo back from room 1007. Have him recall to us all the details and of everything leading up to the event. Prince Hockenberg. What is your affiliation and ID number? Okay, we see Karapura. It was over there, wasn't it? It definitely wasn't on the even number side. I think it was around 9, 7, or 5s. Can we exclude third prince Zhang Li? The possibility is not zero, but it wasn't the order of the third prince's guardian spirit beast. As for the people that can't sense it at all, they are just going to have to take him at his word. He's definitely very more cautious and on his guards, but he is really that dangerous. Massive amount of energy seemingly exploded and then suddenly disappeared. These are paranomia that often occur when an emitter uses their ability. Passing through a physical obstacle or wall should not be difficult for an emitter's attack. Who is attacking and with what kind of ability? The most dangerous thing of all is the fact that these are still unknown. That may be so, but there's only 1 week left. Everyone's beginning to have reservations about continuing the same training. They're doubting whether they will really be able to learn Nen through this. Indeed, he's right. I plan to move on to the next stage tomorrow. Perhaps it's time to begin. Whoa, the color of the water changed. The leaf is spinning. But is that an ability? This shows that my ability is a specialist type. This is known as the water divisionation ceremony, and it's a method of discerning your Nen abilities type. So he's teaching them. If you cannot generate enough aura, then you will not be able to test yourself this way. But there has been several members that seem to be capable. Lagiosa, you're the most capable of learning. Give it a try. Okay. He's good by choosing someone unexpected like her. He's able to appeal to them, showing that Nen does not discriminate against sex or body type. It will dispel the hostility from the muscle-headed morons, and they will hop back into their training and renewed passion. But ability type is normally something that you mustn't ever let anyone else find out. It is top secret. It doesn't matter quite as much for me, as my type is a specialist, which doesn't give any information as what my ability may be. Once you learn your opponent's type, you can gain insight and foresight on all his future actions. It is the same level as knowing what someone's going to throw in rock, paper, scissors before they do it. Just understand it is a serious disadvantage. Because of that, we will be conducting this division in a separate room, so the others will not find out your type. Who will be there watching over it? Only Bill and me. I can't comprehend that at all. If you're in a sealed off room, then there's no way for us to know if you're really doing the division or not, right? Besides, if you just tell us how exactly the definition works and how to do it, then we won't need you watching over at all. Well, strictly speaking, you are right, but there's something I want to make clear. In order for you to acquire Nen abilities in this super short time of 2 weeks, as promised, I will need to support you all with different methods in accordance with your Nen type. Therefore, I will not back down from my requirement that Bill and I are watching over the process. I said it didn't matter as much for you all finding out your Nen types, but comparatively speaking, I'm also undertaking a considerable risk. Therefore, getting information on all your types as compensation is a privilege that I must insist on. To put it more clearly, we are in charge of protecting the young 14 Prince Wobble, and thus we have only one reason that we would be teaching all of you Nen information and raising the fighting abilities of the lower ranked princes. Security to better match the upper princes that would bring the situation to a stalemate and draw it out. Therefore, the notion that we would be the ones to inflict or instigate harm against you is complete and utter nonsense. If you cannot accept this situation, then you can just stop here. That's fine by me. Wow, he's really letting loose and speaking his mind. It's rather refreshing. I'm sure he's mostly anticipated all of this, but it resulted in us gaining the knowledge that Kurapika is a specialist. Should we swap out with Lihan? Lihan's ability should be used to exterminate the Prince's guardian spirit beast. He's finished with 8th Prince Sails and now begun surveillance on 5th Prince Tubipa, right? It seems Tubipa's natural nature has been getting the best of him, and her Nembis is being overly cautious and not showing itself at all. Looking at the fact that Prince Tubipa's Guardian Beast movement has been sealed, I'd say he's pretty busy getting his job done. That just sounds like excuses we're making for yourself. What happens if your analysis of 4th Prince's Walmo's Guardian Beast hadn't you planned to give your report yesterday? Well, if it hasn't shown itself at all, so there's nothing I can do about it. A host is either too young or maybe it's a counterattack type, or maybe some other reason altogether. It's been 1 week since departure. We're still not at the point where we have to instigate anything. Well, this has been very educational. A perfect example of strategic patience. I hate words sometimes. Huh? You're already up to applying the 4th major principle, 1004. Yes. All that's left now is to increase the speed of my Zetsu. What? He's only been at this for 1 week. My goal is to do this as fast as I can blink. But in my current state, it could take a bit of time. He didn't even have his Nen forcibly awaken. He did this on his own. He's learned all this with his own skill. Then what should I do? Measure how long it takes for me to close and then open my eyes. Once I'm past 1 second, have a match with me. He's also instructively realized that after reaching a certain level, to progress further, you require actually battle experience. Trying to buy time against this prince will be considerably difficult. Understood. By the way, recently I've been suspected at the changes in my own state of mind. What in the world has he done? And what does he know? I just find two-faced women so cute. End of chapter 8, 386. Hunter x Hunter. I try not to take pictures if I put images inside my thumbnail, I try not to put it at the very end of the chapter, if possible. One Piece I might, but otherwise... We There's a lot going on, and this is one thing about Hunter x Hunter, which is really cool, is the information they put. Like I said earlier, the information they put in these chapters make these chapters go on forever. It feels like not as forever as some of the One Punch Man chapters, but it gives a lot of information to the characters and speculation of their powers and what we can anticipate from them. Like if I go back to page 14, I get what is happening now. Is after he killed himself, he teleported into the body. That's what was happening. I didn't notice that when I first was going through. That's why he asked for his affiliation and ID number. So, he's trying to learn his abilities and how it works. Otherwise, we have a lot to expect. Kurapika's teaching Nen to them all. Or teaching them Nen. So, that'll be cool to see how that goes. Just because it's going to take some training. But even to do it in a 2-week period is going to be extraordinarily hard for some of them. But that is a thing that Kurapika will just test and see if they can perform in the 1 week process left. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, if you're ever already subscribed to the channel, I recommend subscribing to this channel. We're almost at 400 subscribers. At that point, we're doing another 8-hour session of the modded, nuke-only modded Fallout playthrough. I'll be streaming some of it, and I will put it down to a 20-30 minute video, and there might be an extra video where I talk about plans and stuff for this channel. Or my past. I might do a story time with you guys. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good night. Wherever you are, just have a good day. Hopefully I see you guys next video. If I missed anything important, tell me down below, because it does happen. It does happen from time to time. I do miss something important, or I'll overlook something very small and not see it, and then I won't really get it until like chapters and chapters after this. Otherwise, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I see you guys next video. Peace.